What's the key word in there?
They may not be in the classroom every day, but their role in teaching your child is vital.
Substitute teachers are critical to the success of our schools and our students.
But finding enough substitute teachers is a challenge both nationwide and here in Central Ohio.
Forcing an increase in wages.
Scott DiMauro, president of the Ohio Education Association, says the substitute teacher shortage started before the coronavirus.
I think it's driven by a number of things, including a lot of people just feeling with obsession on standardized testing and just some of the education reforms that they just don't feel as supported as they have in the past.
He says the problem worsened when the pandemic hit, as the fear of COVID took its toll on the industry.
But right now, you layer on top of that concerns that maybe retired educators who have traditionally filled a lot of substitute teaching positions, feeling uncomfortable regarding health and safety with the continued, spread of COVID and the Delta variant, and just fewer people in the pipeline.
DiMauro says districts must be innovative on how to fix the short supply of substitute teachers. Many districts are offering higher pay, but he says even that's not the answer.
I think districts do need to be creative where there is opportunities for collective bargaining to bargain, improvements in working conditions and salaries and benefits. And also there's a partnership that exists between many school districts and the educational service centers.
Bottom line, he says, when headed back to the classroom this year, a substitute teacher shortage is only one of the challenges districts are facing.
And by the way, for the shortage that exists for substitute teachers, we also are seeing shortages for bus drivers, shortages for other full-time and ongoing permanent educational support positions. We all need to have patience. This is an issue that is larger than any one school or any one district.
When we're talking about kids getting nervous returning to school, first of all, we have to understand and we have to think about the fact that that's a normal part of the beginning of the school year.
But your child's anxiety may be higher than a typical new school year after a year of learning from home, disconnected from a school environment.
Whereas other kids, I think, really retreated a bit and might have some anxiety about going back and socializing in person with people. I think the best thing to do, both on the teacher and school support side, but also definitely the parent side, is to just know your kid and where they are as far as the socializing goes. Maybe ask them a few direct questions about, are you looking forward to being in a class with friends again?
Aside from back to school nerves, kids may also experience separation anxiety. Dr. Houston says parents should start to practice giving their kids more independence.
If your kids are a little nervous about separating, try practicing some artificial separations where, mom or dad goes to the grocery store without them, or they go out to exercise or go out to hang out with some friends without them. And they sort of artificially have to face a little bit of that separation before the first day of school.
And you can never be too prepared. Building new habits before school begins can lead to a calmer start to their return.
The more you can prepare them and let them walk through it in a safe and comfortable environment at home with you, sort of talk out the difficulties, the more they'll feel prepared on that day, and the less it'll be kind of a shocking or surprising event.
Are encouraging everyone who is not vaccinated to get the shot, and those who were vaccinated last year. That protection is wearing off, which is normal. That's why they are recommending those booster shots. Now, the booster shots will be made available to all Americans starting September 20th. The Biden administration also advising people to get a third COVID shot to maximize protection. Doctors at OSU Wexner Medical Center saying that they believe distributing the boosters will be much easier than the last time because more pharmacies will have them and that there will be plenty of supply, which is a good thing because they tell me that more people are getting sick and hospitals are running out of ICU beds.
If those, the proportion of patients that have COVID in our ICUs and on our ventilators continues to increase at this rate, it's going to be continually difficult to provide the type of care that we'd like to provide in this state. All this is the backdrop of 50% of our population being vaccinated and over 80% of those over age 65 being vaccinated.
Now, I also asked the panelists if booster shots are needed for those who took the Johnson & Johnson vaccine, and they told me as of right now they don't, but they are still collecting data on that and is about a month behind to release any information. The booster shots are mostly for those who took the Pfizer and the Moderna shots. The doctors also told me that they were also going to see different if more variants are also in the future, which is normal. So there can be more variants in our future, and that's why we need to take care of ourselves right now by getting vaccinated and by wearing those masks.